Okay, everyone, our mission is to provide complete balanced nutrition for strength and energy.
Ensure complete balanced nutrition with 27 vitamins and minerals, and Ensure Complete with 30 grams of protein.
Since my mother got cancer from smoking, I've learned a lot of things, like how to help her out of bed, how to keep track of her medication, and how to keep her spirits up.
The people you love are worth quitting for. You can quit. Call 1-800-QUIT-NOW for help getting free medication.
Tomorrow at ET, we're with Sherry Shepherd counting down to her daytime talk show.
It's about dang time,
It's about dang time. Let's go. Plus, our new interview with Idris Elba talking his return to the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
I'm just like super thrilled to be a part of that universe.
We're glad he's back.
I still want him to be James Bond.
I'm glad he's back.
Yeah, you are. Hey, look.
Happening now.
As the new school year approaches, many parents with Uvalde CISD schools are still concerned when it comes to safety. Tonight, those parents will have a chance to voice their concerns at an open forum school board meeting. We'll have a preview next.
Northside ISD welcoming hundreds of new teachers today with school set to start, but they are also dealing with a teacher shortage. Coming up, we'll tell you how the district is looking to address the issue.
A little bit of activity on the radar screen to look at, and I'm going to let you know when we have a little better chance of rain later this week. News at 5 starts right now.
At First at 5, what is sure to be another emotional meeting. Tonight, the Uvalde School Board meeting starting at 6. This one an open forum for parents and community members to talk with the board about their concerns for this new school year.
Our Lee Waldman is outside the John H. Harrell Auditorium where that meeting will take place. Lee, the district's last meeting of this kind lasted 3 hours. Are folks there expecting another long discussion?
You said it exactly right. It was 3 hours of uninterrupted time by each of the speakers who signed up to make comments. Families of victims and survivors getting to ask their questions directly to those board members. Now, that last meeting really centered around two main topics, and this one will likely be the same: the termination of District Police Chief Pete Arredondo and school safety. Now, neither are on the agenda, but it's a topic we have heard the community in Uvalde bring up time and time again. Just 1 week ago, a small protest was held outside of the Uvalde CISD building. The group said the district was failing in implementing needed safety changes.
My kids don't want to go to school if nothing changes. I made a promise to them, that we're going to make it more safe. And right now, we're not seeing enough happen. I mean, they're trying, but I just think that they're incompetent.
At this point, we know new fencing has been installed at Dalton Elementary, and plans are in place to fence the remaining elementary schools and at that middle school. The Uvalde CISD district also shared they're going to be installing new doors with new locks on campuses and hiring additional security. Live in Uvalde, Lee Waldman, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Lee. We'll get more reports from you later on tonight. We've all heard of COVID fatigue, but what about teaching fatigue? According to a new survey conducted by the Texas State Teachers Association, a majority of Texas teachers are considering quitting. The most recent survey was conducted in late spring and early summer. Out of the 688 TA members that were surveyed, 70% of them said that they're on the verge of quitting. Lingering stress from the pandemic, as well as inappropriate and inadequate pay. Those are two factors. The survey conducted every 2 years. However, it was not done in 2020. 53% of teachers said they were considering leaving teaching in 2018.
Yeah, this school year, districts nationwide dealing with teacher shortages, including San Antonio's Northside ISD. The district scrambling to fill teaching positions as kids go back to school in 2 weeks. RJ Marquez stopped by one new teacher orientation today and shares how the district's approaching the shortage and how new teachers are feeling about the upcoming school year.
Being able to impact students and being able to be a role model in their life is something that I always cherished and wanted.
Joseph Rayford is a first-year elementary teacher at Northside ISD. He and hundreds of other educators were at NISD's annual New Teacher Academy today.
Every single teacher that's in here can choose where they want to work. And so for us,
we're super honored that they chose us.
But despite the number of new teachers in attendance, the district, like many others, is dealing with an ongoing shortage for a variety of reasons.
When you look at our colleges and universities, the numbers have been declining in their teacher prep programs. There's something about that stigma for teachers, I think, too, with the school safety.
And Northside is still looking to fill more than 250 positions with school right around the corner. And Muir says that this is not an issue that's just for Northside. It's also affecting a lot of districts here in the San Antonio area and districts across the state.
Some of our campuses have a few more vacancies than others, and those are the ones we're kind of targeting and working together to make sure we have a plan for day one.
Muir said the district might have to add more kids to classrooms and get creative with their scheduling. But teachers like Joseph and Ruthie Garza are ready for the challenge.
We have a lot of great support staff, whatever they're dealing with. We want them to have a good, fun time. It's a lot of fun learning.
There's going to be obstacles in any career, in any profession. And when you love something, you're going to do anything to make that happen.
RG Marquez, KSAT 12 News.
Now, we checked in with the two other biggest school districts in San Antonio. Northeast ISD told us they have about 180 current teacher vacancies. San Antonio ISD has 80 across its campuses.
It was a big day back to school for students in the South San Antonio School District as it celebrates its 100th year. Not only was today the first day of school, but students at South San High School also have a new principal. Principal Erica Alimendades says her biggest priority is keeping kids safe.
We want them to know that we have done everything we can to ensure that throughout the district that the campuses are safe and that we've created a safe and fun learning environment for all students.
I know there's always the possibility of something happening, but here at school I feel for most students they should feel at ease, at peace here, and it should be their happy place.
The district has made some changes for the upcoming school year. They are going to be limiting the entrances, adding fencing to campuses that need it, and making sure that all classroom and exterior doors will be locked at all times.
It is that time of the year. Over the next few weeks, area districts will be getting ready for the first day of school. Right now on our website, we have the start dates for each district, some just days away. Just look for the story on the homepage of KSAT.com. And speaking of the first day of school, school supply lists go beyond the basics these days. Post-pandemic, a lot of districts are requiring laptops for getting work done, and there are so many options to choose from. So if you're looking to buy one before the upcoming school year, we have some of the most budget-friendly options. That story's coming up in just a bit.
5 years in prison. That's how long a judge today sentenced a mother for tampering with evidence in the death of her 18-month-old son. That charge stemming from false statements she made to Child Protective Services when her son was reported missing.
And now Delaney Chavez was facing 3 more charges. Her son, baby James, his remains found on the property where he lived with his mother. Earlier this year, Delaney accepted a plea deal in this first case.
But today, District Attorney Joe Gonzalez says she's now been indicted by a Bexar County grand jury on charges of serious bodily injury by omission, and serious bodily injury by use of a deadly weapon.
If convicted on those 3 new charges, she could face up to life in prison. Alicia Barrera caught up with baby James's family after that sentencing. She'll have that story tonight on the news at 6.
A homicide investigation is now underway after a man was found dead in an East Side apartment. This happening at a complex on Gabriel Street that's near North New Braunfels. We're still working to learn the 18-year-old man's name. SAPD tells us that they were called to the apartment complex around 1 in the morning for a report of a cutting. Instead, investigators found the man had been shot and he died at the scene. At last check, no one has been arrested.
They didn't pay rent, so she set part of the house on fire. At least that's what 35-year-old Elizabeth Flores Romo is accused of. Arrest records state she is the landlord of a home on Lamar Street. San Antonio police say last Thursday, a tenant reported Romo broke into his unit, set fire to his door frame, and texted his relative threatening to burn the house down if she didn't get her rent money. When being questioned about that fire, Romo said she did it because the tenants don't pay rent on time and they don't keep the house clean. She's now charged with arson.
Let's take a look outside with traffic alert, and you can see all of this outbound traffic at I-35 at Randolph pretty stacked up during this Monday commute home. You can see a lot of traffic moving. Fortunately, no one stopping. After nearly 24 hours, though, of being shut down, I-10 at Greytown Road is back open. It was shut down yesterday evening when an 18-wheeler carrying flammable liquid crashed and flipped onto its side, shutting down lanes in both directions.
Yeah, as Ursula said, right now all those lanes are back open, finally. But this is what the backup looked like while the lanes were being blocked by the cleanup. Again, they are all open at this hour except for the eastbound access road between File Road and FM 1518.
And today we did not hit 100 degrees for the high temperature. So far, 98 officially at the airport, and that's just 1 degree above average for the day today. The record 104 set back in 2013. Right now, Eagle Pass at 99, Floresville 100, Warren's Backyard in Del Rio 103. Those are some of the warmer exceptions out there. Even near Lavernia 101, but 97 in Bulverde, Mico right now at 99 degrees and 98 in Bernie. All right, you take a look at the forecast the rest of this evening. A few stray storms are out there. We're going to take a close look at those in a few minutes, but they'll be coming to an end around 9 p.m. Then mostly clear. You'll notice the humidity, mid-80s at 10 o'clock, midnight around 82 degrees. Better rain chances later this week. We'll tell you when coming up.
Looking forward to it. Thank you, Adam. Well, Democrats taking a victory lap today after the Senate passed a historic bill over the weekend that addresses health care costs and climate change. President Joe Biden says the legislation will change the lives of working families across the country. But as ABC's Faith Abube explains, questions remain about how soon people will actually feel the benefits.
A whole range of things that are really game changers for ordinary folks.
The Inflation Reduction Act, a slimmed-down version of the Build Back Better plan, is a $740 billion package that would make the largest investment in clean energy in U.S. history. It includes new tax credits for Americans who buy electric vehicles and aims to lower health insurance premiums and make prescription drugs more affordable for seniors.
This is a huge win for President Biden, but more importantly for the American people.
Democrats emotional on the Senate floor after passing the bill without the support of a single Republican. Vice President Harris casting the tie-breaking vote.
It was a long year, but we got it done.
This is the latest legislative win for the Biden administration and Democrats amid strong Republican opposition.
Democrats want to run through hundreds of billions of dollars in tax hikes and hundreds of billions of dollars in reckless spending.
Since the $1.9 trillion American Rescue Plan in March 2021, President Biden has signed into law a major infrastructure bill, gun safety reform, a bill to help veterans injured by toxic burn pits, and the CHIPS Act, which increases domestic production of semiconductor chips used in most modern products. Ahead of the November midterm elections, the latest Monmouth University poll showing recent events, including the January 6 hearings and Supreme Court decisions, have boosted Democrats, giving them a slight edge over Republicans in which party Americans want to control Congress. But at the same time, when it comes to the economy, Americans do not have a positive view of how President Biden is doing. In fact, a new ABC News Ipsos poll shows that 2/3 of Americans think the economy is getting worse. In Washington, Faith Abube, ABC News.
Saving money on back-to-school necessities. Laptops have become a normal part of the supply list, and they can be pricey. Up next, we have options that won't break the bank.
Myra Arthur here with a preview of what's coming your way on the news at 6 o'clock today. As the state's foster care model changes, so do the roles of local organizations. Courtney Friedman checks in with SJRC, which is now overseeing 10 times the number of children compared to last year. Facing an affordable housing crisis, the city of San Antonio has opened up its application period for home rehab. Garrett Berger with what homeowners should know about this. Plus, a new KSAT explains, with school starting up again, we are breaking down the laws passed in 2019 that aim to make schools safer. Those pieces of legislation came after another deadly school shooting, that time at Santa Fe High School near Houston. What is in those laws? Today at 6:30. You can catch all these stories and more today on the news at 6.
Thank you, Myra. I'll see you then. Well, back-to-school shopping can include more than paper and pencils. Maybe you need a laptop, too. Well, some of them can get pretty pricey. So to help you stretch that dollar, 12 on your side's Marilyn Moritz has some recommendations to fit almost every budget.
If back to class means a new laptop, good news, you don't have to spend a lot to get a good one. For a tight budget, Consumer Reports says thank Chromebook.
They're not the fastest computers out there, but for kind of everyday stuff, browsing the web, editing documents, that type of thing, school work type of stuff, they're totally fine.
Like the Samsung Galaxy Chromebook 2, it's convertible so you can fold it back and use it as a tablet too. An even bigger bargain is this 14-inch HP Chromebook. It's anti-reflective and lightweight, making it handy to grab and go. If you need more power and have a few $100 more, Consumer Reports suggests the Microsoft Surface Laptop Go 2 with a 12.4-inch touchscreen.
It's among the fastest in our ratings for things like web browsing and editing text documents.
The Acer Swift 3 is a CR Best Buy. It got excellent scores for portability, performance, and display, and it has a 23-hour battery life. If you've been saving up for a shiny new Mac, CR recommends Apple's 13-inch MacBook Air with the M1 processor. That's right, the older model. Why not the brand new M2?
We're currently testing the M2 MacBook Air, but our early impressions are that it's not a lot faster than the M1 MacBook Air, so it might make sense to get the M1 Air, save a little bit of money, and still get a very good Mac laptop.
Right now is a great time to find a sale on a laptop, and don't forget to ask about those student discounts. Many computer makers and stores offer them. Marilyn Moritz, KSAT 12 News.
Taking a look outside with live cam, we're over Our Lady of the Lake University. Beautiful scene there.
Yeah, I think that's Elmendorf Lake Park.
It is.
Look at the pool.
Yeah.
How inviting does that look on a day like today? I know we didn't hit 100, but still, it's hot out.
Still looks good. And notice the natural shadow cast by the clouds and the rain clouds that are in that area. Let's get right to the radar and take a look at the latest. And you'll see the big picture showing some very widely separated downpours that have developed this afternoon, especially closer to the Gulf Coast, but even now working their way into some parts of Bexar County. Particularly southeastern Bexar County, not far from Elmendorf. So let's start to zoom around and get a closer look at this activity. You notice the heaviest rain right now, generally southeast of San Antonio. We'll go right in here. Along 181 Floresville area, getting hit in and around Floresville and Poth. Get into Bexar County, and we're starting to see that action. There you go in Elmendorf. I'm going to stop it right here so you can see the latest radar scan. Calaveras Lake across 181 into Elmendorf, right along 1604. Good soaking downpour there. Go farther south along 1604 and 281, I-37 area, and it's very heavy rainfall, and this is near Lamb Road, just south of 1604. So that's the action that we have that's creeping into southeastern Bexar County. That's why you saw that dark shadow over part of the park there near Elmendorf. But we have other showers to talk about as well, and even some just on the north side of town and in parts of Comal County. Now, these recently just popped up around Bulverde. These red blobs you see, that's of course the heavy rainfall. Smithson Valley High School is seeing some action, and you get into Timberwood Park, Borgfield Road, just west of Highway 281. This is very short-lived activity, and I really don't expect a whole lot really in terms of accumulation from it. But hey, we will take what we can get. It is better than nothing, that's for sure. And we do have some slightly better rain chances in the days ahead. You go down to the south, even Cotulla, seeing a little bit of activity. So LaSalle County there, finally getting some downpours. And I did mention that we'll have a better rain chances. Let's talk about why. I want to give you the big picture here. And what this shows is, of course, the development through the afternoon of those showers along the coastal plain and then moving closer to San Antonio. Tomorrow, going to be very similar. But the big picture is what's important for the coming days. Upper level high, big blue H. It's basically over Utah right now. And with that clockwise flow around it, embedded within that flow, we have a little disturbance here in Arkansas and then another one in Florida. And these are going to push together toward our area in the days ahead, particularly Thursday and Friday, enhancing our rain chances a little bit more. Do I think it's anything to get too revved up about yet? No, but it's better than what we've seen for quite some time. Tomorrow, 10% chance. Thursday and Friday, up to 30%. And it wouldn't surprise me if we pull this upward a little bit and even boost it up to about 40%. There is that possibility. Outside right now, we're looking off to the southeast. So you see some of those darker clouds. Southeast Bexar County, 96. Dew point is 64. Feels like 98. For the most part, under 100. Obviously, a few exceptions. Eagle Pass, Hondo at 100. Cotulla, 86 with the rain-cooled air. It's nice to see that. So tomorrow we start the day at 78 degrees, by noon 90, afternoon just like today 99, a 10% chance. So a few rogue, stray, isolated pop-up downpours. And notice most of our high temperatures below 100 except Wednesday, Sunday and Monday right at triple digits.
Waiting to break that record, unfortunately. Thank you, Adam.
All right, so the Cowboys are really banking on a Lamb leading them.
Yeah, CD Lamb. And I tell you what, I wish I had great news about the receiving core, but it's just very, very thin. They're relying on a lot of young, untested players to try and carry this team into the regular season. But one player who is tested and approved, CD Lamb, is going to be number one. More about that when we come back. And a second-year linebacker getting ready for his big jump to his second year coming up.
Camping with KSAT, powered by Davis Law Firm.
With Michael Gallup still over a month away from returning from ACL surgery and the departure of both Amari Cooper and Cedric Wilson to Cleveland and Miami, respectively, CD Lamb is the new Cowboys star wide receiver and should be getting most of the targets from quarterback Dak Prescott this season.
It's a blessing to be here. It's a blessing to be on this team. And it's a blessing to be a part of this organization.
That was CD Lamb's reaction when told he had the top 15 in jersey sales.
Oh, I didn't even know that. Oh, yeah, that's nice. That's a great feeling. I mean, that means a lot of people love me, I guess.
They're going to love him even more this year now that he's the Dallas Cowboys' #1 wide receiver, if for no other reason by default. Gone is Amari Cooper, traded to the Cleveland Browns, and Michael Gallup, who is on the mend from ACL surgery that has him out to start the season.
Understanding the situation, as you said, not having Coop here, and then MG for the first couple of games, if you will, for however long he's out. Just understanding that we have to be more locked in than ever, and then hoping to build on that.
But now that he's the #1 wide receiver in the organization, does that make any difference for CD?
No. I'm kind of used to it, just, obviously through college, all through high school. I'm used to the attention, if you will.
He's built for it. He came in here, making plays. Like, everybody knew about CD Lamb before he even stepped on the field. So, he's definitely got it under his belt. He's going to do what he does.
One of the big differences this year between the last two due to COVID is that Lamb was able to travel to Miami to work out with Dak Prescott and other wide receivers to get ready before training camp.
It was great. Obviously getting to travel, to get away, be away from work with my guys, and just being able to bond with them on and off the field. So just having that kind of experience with your quarterback, it just it builds character, and it builds, stacking better days for training camp.
Now, while the Dallas Cowboys get ready for their preseason opener against the Broncos, the Texans will be hosting the New Orleans Saints in NRG Stadium on Saturday. While the Cowboys have a few question marks, the Texans have many since they're in a total rebuild. For linebacker Garrett Wallow, he has the advantage of being a second-year player after he was drafted out of TCU in the 5th round by the Texans last year. What is the biggest difference for him?
Just being a lot quicker, reading things a lot quicker, and that just comes with being in the system for a second year. Physically, working with Mike all in the offseason, and that whole strength staff has really helped me, change my body around and just helped me just get in better shape for this year.
And this is the first time I've actually been in a suit in 2 weeks. I'm very sorry I could not bring the weather back with me.
Poor Greg.
Yes.
Yeah. Welcome back.
In those 75-degree temperatures.
Oh, that was a heat wave that day.
Yeah. There he goes. We'll be right back.
Thanks so much for watching the News at 5 with us.
World News is up next. We'll see you back here at 6.